where were we up to? We are building yellow splitters, so we need iron, which we don't have, but we know about that. So this one will be green circuit boards. So lack of iron is becoming a bit of a problem. So I think I'm going to have to manually build some red splitters and go and speed up my early bits. The thoughts do make sense, to me at least. So this will keep going till it backs all the way up, but this is full, so it's not going to need that much more. But there's very little iron actually going to here. It's only this. So what's the previous one? So again, it's just filling up. Oh, huh, that was good timing. So this iron is now, I mean, I suppose there's the whole second thing, but at least this one will now go to there. So that's better. So this is going to be making grenades for quite a while because I've got to. How much black science do I have on here? Because I've got to fill all of this up with black science yet, but at least know what that's going to do. Bullets again, that's going to make black science. I think I need them for green science, and I also dumped some at the end, but I do not need this many yellow inserters. Those buffers were silly. So it's there if ever a construction thing needs it, but I do not. So I'm going to go and make some manual stuff and speed up my iron plate construction here. Well, not there, but back at the beginning. That was about the most useless one that I could have picked to do, but whatever. Alright, might as well. So that gets rid of coal for your furnaces, so they start to run on electricity. But I think they're faster. Not sure. Yeah, I think they're just faster. But at the moment, I'm belt limited rather than production limited. It's going to take a long time to build. Those 73. I probably should have picked a smaller number than that. But oh, my black science is starting to fill up. So once this has gone all the way to the end of the map, to the end of my belt, well, about halfway down my belt there, that is, my black science labs will stop using iron until I'm researching something and they need it. Oh, so there's no point doing my researchy bit, but I just kind of work on levels. So I will do everything above this, and then I'll do everything above this, and so on. I mean, it is a bit. There's no point making my any faster, but well, I wouldn't say there's no point, but there's little advantage. But it's just easier if you keep everything up to this level is correct. I think it is. You know, I think I actually do need more um, the red boxes on my red belts because I can pick up 1600 red belts at a time, but it's very, very annoying manually making these. But we shall do it for now. So now this iron should be slightly faster, well, twice as fast as it was. Oh, so we can see this is now getting very, very full. So if we now do the second one, this isn't that helpful because it's consuming this iron I'm making faster to make steel bars, which I don't really need. But we will live. I'm just going to wait for these 403 to be made, and then I'll see how far along that's, if that's made any difference to my iron further down. It should have done. Yeah, this is looking much better. Much, much better. See, part of me does want to just speed up this section, but also part of me also doesn't, because then I'll be doing things in the wrong order, and that'll make me crazy. But now you can see iron's flowing much better. You have two of those. Oh, thought I only had one of those. Two. So I'll grab a huge amount of those. My yellow underways are doing great. So once they are ready, that'll free up some iron, which absolutely none is getting down here still. That's a pain. Well, I will clear all of these trees. That's just going to keep beeping at me if I don't dump these. Don't normally do it this way because I always forget how far along I am. But I am just going to speed up this iron. Hopefully that made something of a difference. I'm not sure it did. Uh, Might have made a very small difference if it did anything. Iron gear wheels again, electric circuits again, and splitters. So actually, I can just copy that. Let's get rid of some of these yellows and some of these trees, and then I'll get that little factory split set up for those splitters. Yeah, so my iron's still not making its way down, so there is some sort of bottleneck along the way, but I'll go and see what I can do about that once I've built this little factory. So this needs gears, electronic circuits, and yellow splitters. So we will do the yellow splitters first. Then we need gears and green circuits. So we'll do green circuits, no, we'll do gears, and then we'll do green circuits. circuits. And then we'll go and grab some yellow circuits, because we yellow belts, because we've not got enough of those. We need iron gear wheels, and then we need green circuits. I'll take that one then. Do you need anything to shop? Yeah, why not? Did you not do you? I'm sure I did. Apparently not. I'll just skip that one. So you need green circuits. So really these should be there, and the ones that are further down should be there, but it'll all balance out in the end. Oh, my iron plates are making their way down at last, so that's good. Although these are going to be grabbing all of them for the foreseeable future. So I'm still going to be hand making these for a while. But at least everything is now will eventually be functional once I can get the materials to them, which is good to know. You know, I might tap that iron ore and run it into my belt here. I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to get rid of. Sounds like I don't really want them, but I'm going to use these. I've only got 5 splitters. I'll handcraft some more when I get up here. That was a bit annoying. Well, at least I'm not far from the resources I need. So red belts are twice as fast as yellow belts, so in theory, I have this will double my iron capacity. Not quite, but they've definitely not done everything. But it'll have a massive impact. But it should have a massive impact anyway. Well, I hope it has a massive impact. But I do seem to be getting surplus iron further and further down. And I need some red belts, which are being made not too far back up here. And pinch those. No, I wanted to deconstruct that. I need a bit of iron. Alright, everything is now getting some resources, so that is a good thing. My iron is starting to... Yeah, that's good. I will accept that. So now... Ooh, I am going to go and tap that source of iron. No, actually, I don't need to now. Or I'll probably need to, but I will make sure there's a shortage first. So next, we're going to build some proper bots. So these need, God, everything needs gear wheels, need some circuits, and also need some engines. So the only thing we're not doing at the moment is engine units. So we will build them first. Engine unit. Engine units.